Yeah, let's switch over to this match here between MIT and Yale. So MIT is fighting for their lives. They have this one game left. Same with Yale, but Yale is already clinched. I believe a win here for Yale will clinch them a top 2 spot. They're only being chased by Michigan, I believe, who they beat last week. They were both tied. If Michigan wins and Yale loses, then I think they'll flip flop, perhaps, depending on the tie breaks. But I think that Yale should be favored there as well since they beat Michigan. So, but anyways, yeah, Yale versus MIT. This is the top word from Yale Grandmaster Nicholas Chica, who's a freshman, new at Yale, new to the team, very strong addition. And yeah, this Yale team is second in their group, only behind Warsaw, who just beat Princeton. So Warsaw, undefeated season. Congrats to them. Kind of an anticlimactic finish. I'm still following their game. But yeah, let me actually change the scoreboard here. Let me try to fix this. Okay, trade of dark square bishops there. Black yet to castle, maybe contemplating leaving the king in the center. There's knight takes, bishop takes, and now queen takes on d4. Looks to be winning material for Nicholas. Here we have the second board from Yale, Doraemon, Uni Kim versus Jeffrey Liu. The trade on f5. Bishop here is going to be annoying, as the rook is also opened on the f file. I like bishop g4 a lot here for black. Bishop g4, maybe white has to just bring the bishop back. Then maybe knight f4. Yeah, it looks like Nicholas should be able to win this one. Queen h5 at some point is going to be annoying. The problem is rook a7 is just really sad defending this pawn. And yeah, if the queen leaves, we could maybe see a sacrifice here. Because if pawn takes, queen b8 check, it's going to be very annoying to deal with. So, Quasar has some tactics, perhaps. All right, so black castles They no longer need the rook on the h file. They need the king safety. There are too many tactics, perhaps, here and here. This rook is really weak, so pushing the b pawn out of the way, opening up the rook on the 7th a little bit. Hoping that white takes. Probably you'll trade here, pawn takes, then pawn takes here. Opening up the rook. Look at the time difference. Over 4 minutes to 1:40. Let's check that back in with Jeffrey and Uni. So, yeah, it looks like we did have bishop g4, bishop to e2. There was knight f4, bishop takes, rook takes. And now the queen steps up, hits the pawn, defends this. So queen, rook, and bishop all attacking the knight. So the threat is, I guess, to triple the pawns. There's queen takes b7, and then bring the rook over to g file, pinning the pawn. So this is looking good for black. Maybe by a lot. Yeah, rook g8 was played instantly. Yale for the win. That's right. 100%. Yeah, Mubot didn't like your emotes, unfortunately. But yeah, Yale's the heavy favorite for sure. Let's check on 20 of July. This is the top board, Nguyen Lee from MIT, candidate master, up against the bottom board from Yale, 2339. So the bottom board of Yale is higher rated than the top board of MIT, so this is going to be quite the tough matchup. But I did want to watch this game, as Yale is obviously one of the best teams in the league, as well as, you know, this could very well be MIT's last match of the season. Want to give them a proper send-off, and thank them for playing. It's always tough to be in the top division because these are some really strong teams. So the fact that MIT was able to make it in the top 16 is impressive nonetheless, even if their record isn't very good. They should still be congratulated for a season that's pretty tough. But they were there and they're still playing, right? That's more than Princeton can say today. So Princeton is a team that's making the playoffs, but perhaps need to work on their. Oh, bishop here was pretty bad. Rook takes now, yeah. So now g8. Or no, never mind. All right, speed skater with the win. First point for Yale. First point of perhaps many. But yeah, I think that Michigan and Bucharest will start after this. Probably I'll switch to that early, I assume. Maybe if Yale has a blowout against MIT. I think MIT is also missing a player, which doesn't help. Okay, so Doraemon is up material, up time. Let's check on this. This will be the closer match. The 22.95 versus 23.39. So yeah, Nguyen is up a minute, which is good. Firewoods is under 30 seconds. Black playing F5 here. Can White take this? Probably don't want to. Knight G5 might be a move. 10 seconds. There they go. Knight G5 is played. Oh, this is even better than I thought. Not just attacking E6, also attacking the knight now with discovery. And the queen's going to be looking to get at the light squares. So, yeah, Firewood's under 10 seconds, but really strong position. Okay, trading on E4 first. Bishop takes, queen takes. The threat is checkmate on H7. So now probably you want to play knight F6 to hit the queen, defend the mate. Queen steps back, and now black can defend E6. But those double isolated pawns aren't looking too good. Now there's queen takes E5. Kicking the knight out. Knight F3 probably. Pressure on the E5s. No, knight here. Offering a trade. Accepting the trade. Rook check, king up. Maybe rook D2. Rook D2 looks nice. Rook F3 is there just in time to defend. Offering more trades. Trading on F3. Yeah, black's in a tough position here with the isolated pawns. White not even giving up the A pawn. There goes the F pawn though. There goes the E pawn. There goes the H pawn. There goes the other E pawn. No, just getting behind the pawns. Yeah, white's king is perfectly placed to bring up the pawn. So yeah, C6, C7. Although the rook on C2 is pretty good. But okay, king up first. And this rook on E3 is actually guarding the H3 advance. So white should be completely winning this at this point. Oh, Doraemon won their game. And yeah, looks like Yale's going for the sweep in round 1. So putting the rook on the B file, the king wants to step to the B file, so there's no rook B2 check. And white's going to be promoting next, so black takes this. I would have maybe tried H3 first, but I don't know. So black's got these two passers. Gonna try to advance them. Oh, now if king F4, there's rook takes E4 check. So king tries to advance rook, probably sacrifice. Probably you could just take. You obviously don't need to. You just wait. Check king G2. No, it resigns. Alright. So Firewood's fourth board getting the upset win over top board of MIT. Here we have a round 2 game. Jeffrey Liu versus Nico. I've been told his name is instead of Nicholas, but we can just call him. Is it Cheka or Chica? Probably Cheka. Or I could call him Speed Skater. That might be his preferred name. I don't know. Have to ask them. I should ask the players, honestly, for commentary purposes. What would you like to be called? So you got a game with Chessweb playing 20 of July top board. So Chessweb is the leader. Dex from Yale. We'll give him his point from the first round. So that's the 4-0 sweep. So Dex is fianchettoed. Both sides gone king side. Castles. Yeah, I think probably I'll try to switch over to the Bucharest match in after this round, actually. So I would be surprised if MIT gets a point, honestly. Yeah, we got Doraemon versus William Quozo or Will Quozo, Quasar. That's a tough matchup here for MIT. Already have mate threat here. Knight here, there's bishop here. So pawn push. There's still bishop g5. Tempo. Develop. Connect the rooks. Looking really good here. Arcadius, you don't have to apologize. It's all good. I appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, you guys are fine. Princeton was also missing a player and didn't even play the last game. You guys ended up winning anyways, and you guys have an undefeated season, so you guys are perfectly flawless in the season, at least in terms of standings. So congrats to you guys. You guys are top of the list, and you guys will move directly on to quarterfinals. So good luck to you guys. You play next, I believe, November 14th on Sunday, and you won't know who your next opponent is until after the quarter or the wild card match on the 13th. So good luck to you guys. Looking forward to seeing your guys' teams play in the playoffs. I'm sure you guys will do great. And yeah, I think if you win one quarterfinal game, you're guaranteed at least $1,000 in the top division, at least. So if you make it to semifinals, you're guaranteed money, which is really cool. So good luck to you guys. Drexel Chess rated party of 1. Thank you so much. How did your match go? Appreciate you guys tuning in. One day we'll have a rate of over 1. I believe. But also, it's not about the raid size. It's about the size of your heart, which I know is very big because you guys are very passionate. I appreciate the raid. Appreciate you guys streaming your matches and tuning in and supporting everything and playing especially. So means a lot. 113-3, very nice. Tasabu, what's up? So Tasabu, I think for your time slot there was Caltech versus Illinois that I would like to stream because Caltech, I don't think we've streamed a single match of theirs this season. So it's also a higher division, so I think we'll try to stream that one. Sorry about that, but I do appreciate seeing you. It is the final round of the season. This is very exciting times. This determines the playoff bracket. I have a message. Oh. It's been fun to stream. Love to hear it. Yeah, if you guys keep streaming, you have any question about streaming, I'd be more than happy to help out. This knight is hanging. This knight is hanging. So probably we want to defend this guy because this knight doesn't have a lot of great moves. If we're being honest, probably you have to play h6 or something. And now the bishop moves somewhere. Probably just go to e3. Yeah. So there's no knight here. If you went here, okay. If you went here, there's this move, right? And then if you go here, there's knight takes. There's also knight here. So that's why you would go to e3 over h4. Even though you give up this pawn, you got to remember this knight's been hanging. So Doraemon should win this piece and win this game. They're up 2 minutes, over 2 minutes as well. Speaking of being up over 2 minutes, Nicholas Cheka. Let's see how this game unfolded. So got a Queen's Gambit declined. Trade here. Nice knight here in the center. Knight here, trading off here. A lot of trades. Win a pawn. Cement the knight in. Trading here. So up a pawn for Cheka. Losing this pawn. Trade of rooks. Trade of pawns. And now the king just walks straight up, winning this guy. This pawn's passed, but this pawn's way too fast. So that's going to be a queen on the next move. Resignation. It's nicely done from Cheka. Here we got 5 seconds left. 6.9 seconds for Nguyen. So speed skater with the point. They improved to 2 out of 2. Chess web. 3 minutes to less than 10 seconds. Up the exchange as well. Soon to be more material, I believe. So attacking the pawn. Rook to the 7th, attacking b7. Black just takes on d5, says go ahead, take on b7. White's like, no, I'll just develop my knight. So now black can save the b7 pawn. Does so with rook d7. Rook check, rook up, but now there's a lot of ideas probably that are good. Rook here, just going after the pawn. Rook block. There's rook d1 check, and then rook a1. And now that pawn is a goner. There goes the b pawn, but doesn't matter. So you take the a pawn, and now you got the passed pawn on the outside. Problem is if you push it, there's rook b6 check. Okay, black's just going after the f2 pawn. Can't really defend that. And then it's going to be really hard even to just defend g2. So check first, pawn block. Okay. So now the rook on f1's hanging. And now the g2 pawn is attacked. Rook over, very interesting. GM Lineart, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We will be streaming the playoff matches here as well. So hopefully we'll catch some of your games. Okay, so knight check, knight here defending g2. Now attacking the knight, and Nguyen has no time left. Oh, we have this game ending too. So I believe that's another sweep for Yale in that second round. We're actually gonna switch gears and watch Michigan versus Bucharest. So I was thinking we would watch this match in its entirety, but MIT's missing a player and they're also just getting swept. So Yale only needs a draw in the remaining 2 rounds to clinch, but also because MIT is missing a player, they already have, I guess, 2 extra points in case he still doesn't show up. So yeah, starting in like 2 or 3 minutes, Bucharest and Michigan should start. I'm actually going to message them. Probably should have done that yesterday. What's up, Dan Primo? How's it going? Good to see you. Appreciate you tuning in. So I'm gonna try to follow the Bucharest players, and we'll be watching them for. They have two back-to-back matches. So Harvard has a bye this week, but they rescheduled their last match to now. So Bucharest has been so kind to schedule their games back to back. So these players are committed to playing 2 consecutive hours, I believe. Their first match against Michigan and then their second match against Harvard. So should be interesting. So Bucharest, I believe, is the team just above MIT. So they're second to last in the group. But I think any points for them should put them perhaps above Princeton. And they got two matches left, so here we got Doraemon versus Nguyen, but I'm just waiting for the Bucharest games to start. Hmm. I don't know where the Bucharest players are. I see one of them's on. Anyways, we'll keep watching Uni and Nguyen. Looks like Nguyen's doing well though. So let me see. I missed it. E4, E5. We got the 4 knights game. There goes a pawn. Another pawn. Hit the queen. Offering queen trade. So yeah, Nguyen should win this one. No pun intended.